Good morning, everybody. So in today's video, I am going to make, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different meat marinade recipes. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So let's get started. So today we're going to be making balsamic chicken. We're going to do 2 of those. Mango chicken, Cuban pork, a flank steak marinade, a pork marinade, and a teriyaki chicken. So let me see here. I'm just going to label my bags here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And mango chicken. We will label the other bags afterwards. I just want to get the chicken ones done first. So that one. Okay. So let's put the balsamic chicken ones on the bag holders here. I like making marinades for the freezer. They marinate in the bags. I never remember to marinate anything. And by the time I remember, it's way too late. So these are extremely convenient. They can also be cooked in the oven. Just depends. Okay, so let's start with separating the chicken. I have all these bags of meat, or packages of meat here. Bought a whole bunch from Costco. I think I have 1 marinated meat left in my freezer. So this was necessary. Okay, so I like to take the chicken out of the packages with tongs. It's just a preference. So I'm going to do 4 bags. So we're going to do balsamic chicken. We'll do some chicken thighs. I usually do about 10 pieces per bag. That's usually the perfect amount. 10. Let's do chicken breast for teriyaki marinade. Oop. Separate in the bag a little bit. These are really, really, really nice for the barbecue as well. These are huge chicken breasts, oh my gosh. Okay, that one. The mango chicken, I think we're going to do also chicken breast. I think we're going to do all balsamic in the chicken thighs. It goes really, really well with chicken thighs. I'm probably, when I go to cook this, I'm probably going to cut one of these in half because they're quite big. Balsamic chicken. You can separate your meat however you like, whatever type of meat you like. These recipes do go really, really well with chicken. Okay, now let's start making the marinades. Okay, let's start with the balsamic chicken. So we need about 1/4 cup of olive oil in each bag. We need about 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar. I think I'm going to measure this out just because it's balsamic and it's vinegar. So I'm just going to fill this and split it between both. I chose this recipe because I needed to use up my balsamic vinegar. I've had it for a while, so I wanted to find a recipe that I could use it in. Okay, so I'm going to split this between both bags, about 1 cup per bag. About 1/2 cup, pardon me, not a whole cup. Okay, and then some soy sauce, about 1/4 cup. I'm going to do this in the measuring cup as well, just because it's quite salty. When you're adding soy sauce to recipes, watch your salt level. Soy sauce is it's so salty, so you don't want to have your dish be so salty that you can't eat it. Okay, and then we need some Worcestershire sauce. It says 1/4 cup. Just 1 sec, I need to go get some more. I thought I had enough. See if I can remember how to open this lid. Okay. I knew I was going to need a lot, so I went out and bought some more. So this is 1/4 cup per recipe. Okay, we're going to need this for some other recipes, so we're going to put this aside. And then 1/3 cup of lemon juice. So I have some organic lemon juice here that we're going to use. And 3/4 cup of brown sugar. I'm assuming to balance out all those flavors we just put in. There's a lot of sour and salty flavors in there. So this is a 1/2 cup measure. This is making quite a bit of marinade, isn't it? Like that. Oh, I forgot the rosemary. Just 1 sec, I gotta go get that. Okay, so it says about approximately 2 tablespoons per recipe. So I'm just going to break this up a little bit as I'm putting it in. If you want to use fresh rosemary, you can. I do have fresh rosemary, but it is raining today, and I don't want to go out in the pouring rain to go get it. So we're going to use dried today. Okay. And then we have a teaspoon or so of black pepper. And then garlic, about 2 cloves of garlic. I have garlic paste here. I didn't want to use all my garlic pucks that are in the freezer. That. And some Dijon mustard. We need about 2 tablespoons per recipe. And then we just mix this up. And these 2 marinades are done. Just going to wipe this up a little bit here. So I'm just going to loosely close this so I can mix up everything. Mix all the ingredients together. I like having a lot of sauce, especially if I cook this in the oven, or like marinating it, like brushing some of it on when it's cooking on the barbecue. Okay, let's take the air out. And I will freeze these flat like this in my freezer. It takes up less room in my freezer space. Like that. Okay, so let's move on to the teriyaki chicken. So, let me see here. Okay, so we have about a cup of soy sauce in this one. It's a lot of soy sauce. You can use whatever kind of soy sauce you like. I just prefer China Lily brand. Just got to get one more. I tend to have a lot of this on hand. We do eat a lot of rice in our house. So I like to just open it like this so that it doesn't all pour out at once. I can control how much is going on the food. Okay, so 1 cup of soy sauce, 1 cup of water, I'll get that. 1 cup of water, about a tablespoon or so of Worcestershire. So we're just going to eyeball that. That's good. Some onion powder, about a tablespoon. You don't have to put this in here, but it does enhance the flavors. Some pepper. Some garlic, about half a teaspoon. I'm going to put a whole teaspoon. We like garlic here. I'll put extra. And what was the last thing? Ginger. About half a teaspoon. I know that we love ginger in this recipe, so I'm going to put about two teaspoons in this recipe. But that is purely preference. And I'm also going to stick some cornstarch in this so that when I cook it, I will most likely make this one in the oven. So I want the sauce to thicken a bit. So I'm going to add some cornstarch. That one's done. I'm just going to mix it up. I just noticed that there's no brown sugar in this. That is not good. I'm going to add some. Maybe I wrote down my recipe wrong. But I'm positive this needs brown sugar. So we're going to add about 3/4 cup, I think, of brown sugar. All that soy sauce, and yeah, it definitely needs brown sugar in this recipe. I must have wrote it down wrong. I just want to give it a smell, make sure it smells good. Yeah, it smells perfect. Okay. When I go to cook this, if it needs more brown sugar, I will put it in then, but I don't think it will. And there we go. There's the teriyaki chicken. Okay, so the mango chicken. This is one of my made-up recipes. I make this recipe all the time. I just decided one day to start throwing things together, and it has become one of our favorites. So I have a jar here of mango jam. You can also use apricot or peach. That will also work with this. So I'm going to put the preserves right in. Might need a tiny bit more, so I got another jar here. I make mango or peach jam specifically for this recipe. There we go. And we need about 2 tablespoons of regular yellow mustard. You can use Dijon if you want. I prefer the tanginess of the yellow mustard, especially with the jam. About a tablespoon or so of soy sauce. Worcestershire, about a tablespoon or 2. Eyeball it. Some pepper. Where's the pepper here? Need some salt, just a little bit because we did put soy sauce in there. Some pepper. And there's 2 other ingredients. A little bit of ketchup. Probably about a tablespoon. And some garlic chili sauce. You do not have to add this. The ketchup will be perfectly fine, but I like adding this for a little bit of depth of flavor. This is what the garlic chili sauce looks like. And that is it. That's all that goes in this recipe. So let's mix it up. This is one of the most delicious recipes I've ever come up with. It's so good. And there it goes. Okay, let's move on to the pork. Okay, so I'm just going to label my bags for a sec here. So we're going to be making Cuban pork, Cuban marinated pork. And the other 2 are just marinades, so they didn't really have a name. So I'm just going to call it pork marinade. And the other one is flank steak marinade. Okay. Flank steak. These bag holders are perfect for this when I'm doing my marinades. Holds everything up straight so it doesn't dump all over the place while I'm putting the ingredients in. They're great. I do have them linked in my description if you want to know where I bought them. Okay, so let's put the meat in the packages here. Flank steak. That one off to the side over there. Ooh. I love these pork chops. These pork chops are from Costco. They're the really, really thick cut ones. They're so good. I love how juicy they are because they're cut so thick. So whenever I buy meat from Costco, I try to make sure I buy some of these. Okay. So I'm going to use tongs for these. I'm going to do about 4 pork chops per package, 1 for each of my family members. Oh, there's an extra one here. Let's put it in this one. Okay. My fiance can have it for lunch one day if he needs to. Okay, I'm just going to wash my hands and then I'll be right back. Okay. So let's start with the regular pork marinade. So this one here, these are going to be different. So this one is about half a cup of soy sauce. About there. About a quarter of a cup of brown sugar. Roughly there. About a quarter of a cup of Worcestershire sauce. About there. About 1 to 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. I think we're going to do 2 just for more flavor. Okay. Some garlic. We need about 2 cloves, it says. You know me, I like a little extra. And some pepper. And that is all that's in this marinade. So let's mix this up. I love cooking these pork chops on the barbecue. Oh, they're so good on the barbecue. Okay. There we go. I'll do that one flat too. Okay, so the last pork one is a Cuban pork marinade. We need about half a cup of olive oil. Eyeball this. We need about, oh, that's a lot, half a cup of lemon juice or lime juice. I think I'm going to do, because that seems, there's no sugar in this either. I might stick a little bit of, I do this a lot, like embellish recipes. So let's do about a quarter, about there. Then we need about 8 cloves of garlic, it says. It's a lot. Okay, I think that's good. Garlic. About a quarter of a cup of mint leaves. So I have some dehydrated mint here. I'm just going to take a small handful here, grind them up into it. There we go. I like dehydrating mint leaves for tea in the winter time. Tea helps me sleep a lot. And then about 2 teaspoons of cumin. So I'm going to eyeball this. 2. Some oregano, about 2 tablespoons it says. So I'm going to try and take this off. 1, 2. Some salt and some pepper. Salt. Pepper. What else? Cilantro, but I don't have any, so I'm going to leave that out. 3/4 of a cup of orange juice and 1 tablespoon of orange zest. So I have an orange here that I washed earlier. So we're going to get some orange zest off of this, and then we're going to put the orange juice right into the mixture here. These are huge oranges. I think I'm going to put a little bit more in. Just a little. Maybe just finish zesting this orange here. Ooh. So I would normally use my juicer, my little citrus juicer that I bought, to put the orange juice into the mixture here, but this orange is way too big to fit into my juicer. So we're going to do it by hand. Make sure there's no seeds that are going to fall into this, and then I'm just going to squeeze it right in. Hopefully I can get enough in there. Ooh! Slipped right out of my hand. Okay, so I'm going to stick about 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar into this mixture, just because I think there's a lot of sour going on and we need a little bit of sweetness in there. Okay, is that it? Yes. So now let's just mix this up. I think this is going to be yummy. Look at the colors. situate these a little bit. Okay, now let's move on to the flank steak. Okay, so for the flank steak, we need about 1/3 cup of olive oil. Out there. We need about 1/4 cup of lemon or lime juice. I'm going to use lemon. I'm going to eyeball this. We need 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. Quarter of a cup. We need 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Up there. We need about a teaspoon of garlic. I only had a little bit left, so I put a little bit of water in it. We'll just pour all of that in. Some salt. Some pepper. And some Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons. And the last ingredient is 1 orange juiced. Okay, so I'm just going to juice it right into it. I did bring out one of my ice cream scoops to see if I could press some more of the juice out. Oop. And this is all that's in this marinade. This is a new one I'm trying for flank steak. So in our next video when we marinate stuff, I will let you know how good it was. Or you can make yourself and test it out, see how much you like it. Wipe my hands here. And this one's done. Mix up some of those ingredients. I think this one would taste really good, probably after it's been marinated on the counter for a while, or even in the fridge. I think this, if you were to slice this up and put this in a stir fry, this would be really, really delicious. You take out a little bit more of the air. And there we go. So we got, this is what we got. Let me move stuff. Okay, so we got a pork chop marinade, a Cuban pork, a pork chop marinade, flank steak, mango chicken, teriyaki chicken, and 2 balsamic chicken. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different recipes and 7 marinades. So that's awesome. Just give you a close-up look on what they look like. You can see all the orange zest that we put in this one. That's the mango chicken, teriyaki, the balsamic chicken with the rosemary in it. So everybody, I think that's where we're going to end the video today. We have a lot of marinades here that I'm going to restock my freezer with. And I hope you guys try some of the recipes. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.